You know, it's amazing. It's so easy for us to get in this rut where we say, man, as a leader, I want to work on my business. I want to focus on strategy, which strategy is doing new and different things to get new and different results. And we know that effective CEOs, effective business owners, and certainly effective leaders, they don't just work in their business, they work on their business. And so we say, man, one day I want to get to a spot as a leader where I can effectively work on my business. But here's where we often make the mistake. We get confused about the path to working on our business. And really, this is the principle. The path to working on your business isn't working in your business harder. So often we just think, man, I need to just make more sales myself. I need to solve more problems myself. I just need to do all of this busy season associated with our team, with our customers myself, because if I do all that myself, if I work in the business, I will eventually get to a spot where I can work on my business. And here's what that is. That's a hamster that is running on a wheel that wants to get off the wheel, and the way that it tries to get off the wheel is by running faster. You and I both know this. That hamster isn't getting off that wheel. But I think that's what we actually do when we think that, man, if I one day want to work on my business, I just need to work in my business harder. Here's what I've seen to be true in the growth of our business and in the growth of the CEOs and the business owners and the leaders that we work with around the country. The path to working on your business sustainably in the future always involves starting to work on your business right now. And so what does the path actually look like? Well, maybe you're just swamped right now and you're drowning and you're like, man, everything I do is tactical. I have no time to do anything strategic. Can you give me an hour? Can you give me an hour of disciplined, self-control oriented, really focused strategic work where you're not just saying, what do we have to do to put out the fires of today, but you're actively asking the question, what do we want from the future, and what are the things that I can do in terms of documenting processes or training team members or making decisions or setting goals that would not represent putting out fires associated with the present, but they would be an investment that the future me would be thankful for. And maybe if you do it for an hour each week, maybe that results in you delegating some things. Maybe it results in you training some things. Maybe it results in you hiring some people. And now you look up and you've got 3 hours a week that you can dedicate to working on your business. And then if you use that 3 hours a week really exceptionally well to not work in your business, but work on your business, what's crazy is the Jesus principle proves that to be true. He who can be trusted with little can be trusted with much. And you start to see that time expand. And then you look up and, man, honestly, over the course of months, we've seen CEOs go from drowning in their business to being able to focus specifically a majority of their time on playing the role of an effective CEO, which is vision and culture and profitability of the business and the leadership of their leadership team. We've seen people make that journey, but it never occurred because they just worked harder in their business. It always occurred because they got really diligent, disciplined, and focused. They exercised self-control to work on their business. So I'm going to challenge you today. Figure out what it would look like for you this week to work on your business. Let's go.